demon of the desert as described in the book of Leviticus, what is the relevance of a scapegoat in this context? Azazel, the fallen demon, once imparted knowledge of the arts to humanity, now steeped in vice. This entity embodies both light and darkness, but it remains unclear what price he demands for his teachings. The goat associated with Azazel refers to the ancient scapegoat ritual, where a goat was sent into the wilderness bearing the sins of the people. The teacher of the people, quote unquote, Azazel is depicted as the demon of mortal sins, an elite entity of the other world. Unlike other fallen beings, he is not linked to a particular sin. However, he imparted many beneficial teachings to humanity. According to the book of Enoch, Azazel taught humans the crafting of swords, knives, shields, and armor, as well as the making of mirrors, bracelets, and various adornments. He showed them how to embellish armor, utilize precious stones, and create all sorts of jewelry and makeup, leading to the corruption of the earth, Enoch 14. Additionally, Azazel holds the title of standard bearer of Hell's army, signifying his exceptional status among the dark realm's entities, embodying traits of both light and dark divinities. He educates humanity and unveils secrets, yet also causes them distress. For instance, the knowledge of weapon making led to violent conflicts. Azazel introduced cosmetics to women, enabling them to enhance their beauty. While seemingly harmless, this led to vice, as it became a tool for seduction. It is peculiar how Azazel's gifts of knowledge transformed into sins. Humanity seems to pay a steep price for this enlightenment, the proliferation of sin, leading to betrayal, murder, and debauchery. It begs the question of what transpired with Azazel before his fall from grace, and what led to his descent. The proud angel. Azazel's fall was unremarkable. Like his fellow angels, he was commanded by God to bow before Adam. Azazel, however, refused, proclaiming that humans were unworthy of such honor and would never surpass angels in his esteem. For this defiance, God directed the archangels to depose the arrogant Azazel. We're talking about Satan, Lucifer here. Yet he remained immovable, showcasing his formidable power. It was then that the archangel Raphael, with a single stroke of his blade, severed Azazel's 6 wings. Bereft of them, the once angel, now demon, plummeted to earth. The archangels descended and imprisoned Azazel within a rock in the desert's heart. He possessed the ability to control minds. His demonic power enabled him to assume any shape, such as phantoms or mirages, leading people to believe they were seeing a real person. Over time, however, this demon managed to liberate himself and assumed various human forms. As a cosmetics merchant, Azazel manipulated women's minds, seducing them and teaching them deception. He provided men with weapons, instructing them in different arts, and incited conflict among them. Furthermore, Azazel's enchanted men, making them irresistible to women, and lured virgins. He envisioned the rise of a new race, as strong and violent as his was. The offspring of the women beguiled by Azazel were half demon, half human, intended by their father, the devil, to form a demonic legion. Yet the supreme guard thwarted the fallen angels' schemes. Half angels, half demon, half human, half God, quote unquote. Doesn't this remind you of the gods of the pantheon of ancient Greek gods? Yeah? So, yet the supreme God thwarted the fallen angels' schemes. The scapegoat. Ancient texts frequently mention the name Azazel in the context of sacrificial rituals. The Hebrews seeking to appease God and obtain forgiveness for their sins would place goats on the sacrificial altar. During the ritual, 2 animals were used. One was sacrificed at the altar, and the other was sent into the wilderness. Legend has it that this goat was taken by Azazel, hence the term scapegoat. And according to myth, under the command of the desert demon, these goats transformed into sinister beings, his minions. These entities, as resembling humans with goat heads, roam desolate areas, executing the will of their overlord. Encounters with these goats usually resulted in death for the unfortunate souls. Azazel, aside from having horns, bears no resemblance to a goat. Ancient texts describe him as a robust man with a dense black beard, possessing remarkable agility and strength. Occasionally, he is depicted leading a towering, pitch-black goat adorned with golden crown on a leash. During the Middle Ages, Azazel was regarded as a formidable demon capable of granting human wishes. Although not as perilous as Satan, who claimed souls, Azazel could still transport a person to a barren desert after fulfilling their desires. In another myth, Azazel, or Azazu, emerged as a proud offspring of the celestial god king akin to the warrior-like Pallas, taking flight every 52 years to vacation and wreak havoc in her father's realm. She held the title of Pallas until the Mother of God designated her as the commander of the heavenly host in the capacity of Archangel Michael. However, Azazel, identified with Lucifer, sought to eclipse her divine father's radiance, a feat she achieved, annihilating life on adjacent planets. Her descent to Gaia, Earth that is, was perceived as a fall from grace due to pride. For millennia, this heavenly queen, revered as a nurturing and compassionate mother, was adored by humanity. It's even said that the Prophet Muhammad paid homage to her in his youth, and in return she bestowed upon him a fragrance of her essence, which is purportedly preserved within the Kaaba to this day. It's fascinating how everything is interconnected. Some myths, or perhaps not myths, merge into others, sharing the same narrative but bearing different names. The mantle of ancient history has made its rounds among all people, with each adding their own touch to it. Azazel's portrayal shares similarities with Prometheus, who imparted wisdom to humanity and revealed divine secrets. However, unlike the purely benevolent Prometheus, Azazel embodies both light and shadow. His gift of knowledge comes with a price, casting humanity into a chasm of sin. This is on Soul Ask. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.